just before I forget, all the edges around the bus, it's got these, and they go throughout the whole entire bus to hold all the stuff in place. They're just molds. Yeah, so I'm still gonna go to Lowe's or Home Depot and get some finishing trim for, like, you know, for the edges, so it doesn't like break off or whatever. But yeah, this is what the floor looks like so far. Really pleased how it came out. This floor is beautiful. Solar panels. Oh, there, Max Air Fan. To install this Max Air Fan, it goes on the roof and then attaches back down, and it's a really good fan. It has a remote because we're gonna have high ceilings, so we got a remote for it. Real quick, so basically it's a fan that you can use to let fresh air in or get rid of the musty air out, and you can use it as you drive, and it doesn't leak inside of the bus or the vehicle in this case. And it also, you can use it while it's closed, so it's a good fan. It's like one of the best fans out there for RVs and stuff. So I have this hole that's 24 by 24. I just took out the vent, the exit light, fire escape. I took it out already, so I'm getting ready to get rid of all this old butyl tape, sand it all down at least like 4 inches out, and I'm gonna put some sheet metal to cover it first, and then I'm gonna cut a hole in the sheet metal to the description of the installation size, and then go ahead and install it. So I will record a little bit more in a bit. I'll see you soon. Bye. All right, so here it goes. This is actually my first video. I don't have my gimbal with me. It's giving me issues, but here it goes. So I'm gonna grind all this stuff off. Not too bad. I still got to go a little bit further out because I'm gonna cover this hole past at least 2 inches on each side. It's 24, so I'm going 28 inches across both directions, and so I'm gonna do it out to have more room, you know, make sure everything's sealed off away from the hole, and that's pretty much it. I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest. So this is what it looks like on the first pass. Now I'm gonna go ahead with some mineral spirits, and I don't know if the lighting's good, but anyway, so this glue gets kind of gunky. So before I sand it, I want to take it off because I don't want this sticky stuff to get on the sandpaper. So I'm gonna get rid of that gunk, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay? Bye. Hello guys, here I'm back again. I'm gonna show you what I've done so far. So I took out all the goop, I took out all the glue from the stickers that were around there, and then from the seal, and I sanded really good around the edges, and I scuffed out around further out, like 3 inches or so. And now I'm gonna measure this, make sure it's perfect, and then measure how much bigger I want to go to match the edge of those rivets, because I don't want to go too further than that on this side. I want it to be even, so I need to measure from there to right about here, and then on the same thing on the side. So that measurement from the lip to the rivets all the way across the edges, and then draw it out and do all that. Okay, so that's it for now. I'll show you the next step. Bye. All right guys, so this is what it looks like after I took out all the stickers Sand it down, cleaned it with mineral spirits, and I did one coat of primer and paint, Rust-Oleum, all in one. And now I'm gonna cut the piece of metal that's gonna overlap, and I measured it from the rivets to this side. Well, from the rivets to the edge, and it's 2 inches. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 inches all the way across, which is 28 inches. So I'm gonna do 28-inch square. Bye. That's the old fire escape. This is the new. The hole was 24 inches wide. So I cut a piece of sheet metal that's 28 by 28 square. I put some sealant on the inside edge. I put some sealant on the outside edge, and I kind of put a little bit too much. I'm gonna wait till that dries. I don't want to mess with that right now. I'm gonna wait till it dries, and I'll just scrape it off. So everything's primed, and now I'm gonna go ahead and install the lip that goes here, the flange, the top flange. Some butyl tape underneath, slide it in, and screw it in, then put some sealant around that. All right, bye. All right, so I already did the first part. You know, I made the hole smaller on the roof, and I installed the flange. So this is what it looks like so far. It looks like I did a welding job, but I applied the same technique as some kind of welding. But I'm pretty sure it's not gonna leak. The screws are on there. I had to pre-drill the holes with a very smaller, much smaller drill bit than the actual screw. And screw it all in. All the screws caught really good. They're nice and tight. And now the next step is to install the actual unit onto the roof, and then screw it in to the flange, and that should be it. All right, so I'll keep you updated on that. All right, bye. Hello guys. All right, so I got the fan installed finally. It didn't take that long. It was just getting the hole smaller so I can fit to 14 inches. And if you look right above my head, that's the fan right there. So let me show you. So that's what it looks like from the inside. You see the hole, see that curve right there around the edges? That was the pre-existing hole. And then I put a piece of sheet metal, 18 gauge, 2 inches past, 28 inches total to cover it. And then this is what it looks like from the outside, from the above bird's view. Still has a plastic on it. I don't need to take it off. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Let me get up here because I just fell earlier. So that's what it looks like. See all the way around. It's got all the screws. Sheet metal is primed and painted. Get a view from this side. This is what it looks like. It's in the open position right now. So you can drive and have the fan on, and it will not leak water inside. You can also have it closed and still use it as a fan. And it has a reverse where you can blow fresh air in to the vehicle, or blow musty air out of the vehicle. And it's waterproof, so it doesn't get wet. So that's all for now. Now I don't need to plug it in. I don't have any solar or anything like that yet, but I can actually plug it into the 12-volt system in the car, in the bus, and it'll work. But I don't need it right now. We don't need it. All right, that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's a beautiful day. Go out there in nature and go hiking or something. It's beautiful. All right, God bless, guys. See ya. Bye. All right, and then our window treatment. It's made out of fencing, like picket fence. I chose this kind because I like the roundness of it versus just being flat. And I love the way it came out. You got flat on the side, on the sides, and then a curved one on the front. And we just love how they come out. They're really cool looking. I'm just gonna show you a quick update of what I've done so far. And by far, I gotta say this is one of my proudest pieces here. All right, guys, hello once again. So now I'm gonna show you how I built these window studs here. They look amazing. And if you like how they look, I'm gonna show you how it's done. So step one, cut a piece of 1x2 to wherever you want it. In this case, I'm gonna go up to here. It's 21 inches because I'm gonna do for the countertop, it's gonna have a backsplash that goes up to here. So I'm gonna cut those two pieces and I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, so I have my two pieces cut here at 21 inches long, 21 inches right here. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna put it against the inside part of the wall, and you're gonna go all the way up so it's flush, and then you put some screws evenly spaced where you want them. So these you have to pre-drill, otherwise they crack. So what instead of switching back and forth between a drill bit and a screwdriver, what I'm doing is I got some self-tapping screws. They're only 1 inch, and they drill and they also screw in at the same time. So then what I do is I put whatever screws, as many screws as I need to put, which I usually do them in 3s. And then I take them out. So I get 3 screws already ready, and I pull one out, and then I put in a regular lath screw, which is a sharp with a pointy tip. And it's 1.25 inches. And what that does, it goes all the way through inside of the wood, and it makes a really good grip. So you just remove the old screws, and screw these back in. Screw them back in. Take them out. Put them back in. And that's nice and sturdy there. If you want, you can go ahead and make it a little bit tighter. So it's nice and tight. And there is one side, and then you continue the same thing on the other side over here. So they're nice and flush, and then I'll show you next. Right? All right. So here is both of the side walls of the window stud, and they're all go down to 21 inches. Way down. That's what it's supposed to look like, kind of like a horseshoe shape. And then the next step is get one of these, and those are 21 inches. So we're gonna cut this to 21 inches, and then I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so I cut this piece of fencing to 21 inches to match in here. It's gonna go up to there, just like that. Just right there, right up to there, and make a flush. And then on this case, for this you don't have to use long screws because it's like kind of like overkill. Since the thickness of the board is thinner on the edges, I've been getting away with using 1 inch screws, and that's enough to grab the wood behind it and it's gonna have multiple screws, so it's okay. It's not a structural support thing, it's more for aesthetics. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw these into place. And you don't have to pre-drill because they pre-drill themselves, basically. So I'm gonna start with this one here. Make sure it's nice and lined up. Nice and lined up. So one screw at a time. And I like to level my screws so that the aesthetics on it looks like a nice clean finish. Okay, so there's one screw. You can put one screw and then you can line it up exactly how you want it. And then one screw there. Try to line up the screw with the other one on the one next to it. So there's a nice little, and then it's a little overkill. You don't need this many screws, but I like the look of it. I like how they look. It looks really nice and shiny. Just line all the screws all the way around. Goes. That's good. It doesn't have to be super tight. I don't want it to crack. Otherwise I have to redo it. I don't want to do that. And that's pretty much it. So this is what it looks like. Check it out. It's nice. All the screws are lined up. And it's super easy. Anyone can do it. And there you go. Look at that finish. Oops, there you go. All the screws are lined up. Everything's nice. All right, and that's about it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you found it useful. And talk to you soon. Bye. And then up here we have these cabinets that I also built. The upper cabinets for the kitchen. They came out lovely. This was the first one that I made. And then the second set that I made a little different as far as like the way I installed them. I used some L brackets. I don't know if you can see them there, but there's some L brackets there, and then there's some more L brackets that you cannot see, but they're in there. You can't see them, but they're behind the wall and mounted right into the stud. There's another one there, and then this side I didn't do it like that. I just went from wood to wood, and then the other one I did from metal brackets to wood. And then underneath the floor of the kitchen, I raised the floor. I know a lot of you have, well, everybody has wheel wells. So instead of just building a box on top of the wheel well, I built a big platform where the kitchen was gonna go. So it separates the kitchen from the living room and then from the room. And there's storage underneath that we can use. I should be done with the subfloor today. And I'm just doing the last piece. I'm gonna cut this piece of plywood to 74 inches. And let me show you what I've done so far. Check it out. So I did the floor here. Subfloor is done with insulation. It's got subframing. Then the plywood screw like every inch pretty much, like really close together. I don't know if you can see the screws, but they're very, very, very close together. Yeah, it's a bit overkill, but it's all right. And then I got the insulation down. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put 74 inches by 4 feet across. Is gonna land me right here on this lip. So it's gonna go all the way across this way. And then in this spot right here, we're gonna have a little shelf for like books and stuff and shoes and whatever, plants. So it doesn't need a whole lot of support because the whole structure itself is gonna be support. So I'm gonna do that, lay down this piece of plywood here, screw it down, and then I'm gonna have to figure something to do with this loop. Wish I could make it shorter, but I'll probably just make like a little box because I want to have access to that, so that way if anything ever ruptures in there, I don't have to rip the whole floor down. So I have like a little access door to that, and that's it. Just caulk everything, do all the edges. So let me just show you what I've done so far. I finished the floor. The floor is complete. Now I'm working on these boxes here, that one and that one. I got the base around it done. And then here between this blue line and that blue line over there, the floor is gonna be raised to the same height as the wheel wells, right? So the closet for me and for Jen, it's gonna be that one of these is gonna be mine and one of these is gonna be hers. And then here's my little smaller closet on this side. Well, hello there. Hi. Alright guys, so this is what it looks like. Sorry, you guys okay? Alright, sorry about that.
Now that's what I call using your head. That's right. That's how you use your head right there. It's like a plane.